Pick a path. Each choice leads to new doors and options. You chose the fun slide. You slide for minutes before being released into a water park after hours. The exit pool feeds directly into a lazy river with no open decks, only long enclosed tunnels with occasional inflatable tubes. Most sections are dark, with weak lights spaced far apart. There is no sound at all, no pumps, no echo, just the water moving around you. The silence is unnerving, and you can never fully relax here. The paranoia builds the longer you're here, so don't stay too long. Keep moving before your paranoia turns into something real. The river eventually splits into two tunnels. One is lit up, one is completely dark. You have entered the lit-up tunnel. It begins as a narrow concrete passage, the last of the lazy river reduced to a thin stream along the floor. The tunnel opens into a massive underground drainage reservoir supported by endless concrete pillars. Every step you take echoes loudly. Water collects in shallow puddles you may drink from, if you are that desperate. At any moment, a siren can sound and the chamber will flood with tens of feet of water. Stay near the pillar ladders if you haven't heard the siren in a while. Eventually you find two options, an emergency exit door or a golden elevator. You chose the golden elevator. It carries you upward and opens into a high-rise penthouse overlooking a dense city skyline. Floor-to-ceiling windows frame the lights below. The space is fully stocked with endless food, games, and entertainment. You may invite anyone you want. The elevator descends to street level only once per month. You cannot leave permanently, but everything you need is already here. If you miss that single descent, you must wait another month watching the city move on without you. Goodbye, your journey is over. You chose the emergency exit. It opens into a narrow concrete tunnel that seems endless. At first, you only notice spider webs tucked into the upper corners, thin and empty. No spiders. As you continue, more webs appear, thicker and lower. Then you see them, small at first. They begin crawling across the floor, then onto you. The webs grow dense, and the spiders become more and more venomous. Do not try to run back toward the door you came in from. The moment you turn around, they become aggressive and move much faster. Your journey ends here and you do not continue. Goodbye. You have entered the dark tunnel. After several minutes wading through shallow water, the passage opens out of the hillside into a clear river cutting through a wide mountain valley. The air feels cleaner than anywhere you have been so far. You are free to step onto the grass and explore. Picnic blankets sit nearby with warm food and drinks prepared. Night never falls, and you do not grow tired. However, the river slowly rises without rain. You are urged to leave before it overflows. Eventually, you are met with two paths, a path that leads to a massive cave in the mountains or the dense forest. You chose the path on the left. The forest closes in immediately, dense and permanently dark. The only light you have is the flashlight you found earlier. Use it sparingly, the batteries are limited. A constant sense of dread follows you between the trees. Occasionally, you spot a cottage in the distance. If its lights are on, stay far away. If it is dark, you may enter and ration stale food and metallic-tasting water. Sometimes a humanoid figure stands among the trees, facing you. If you react or acknowledge it, you will regret it. There is no leaving this forest. This is your life now, and your journey ends here. Goodbye. You chose the path on the right. After a long walk, the trail opens into a massive cave carved into the mountain. Inside, an underground city glows with warm light. The streets are empty and layered in dust, as if abandoned without warning. Homes still contain preserved food, but clean water is rare and difficult to locate. Rusted mineshaft carts on old rail lines are the only efficient way to travel through the maze. While exploring, you may notice objects placed in spots where you are certain they were not before. Ignore it. The entrance back to the valley is now sealed by solid rock. This is your life now, and your journey is over. Goodbye. You chose the stairs. You climb the tiled steps for hours before reaching a silent cubicle office high above the city. None of the overhead lights work. The only glow comes from the skyline outside the windows. Nothing here will harm you. However, once every hour, a single computer begins to beep somewhere in the maze of desks. You must find it. The monitor displays a task, and you must complete it before the hour ends. Some are simple, like sweeping a section of floor. Others require searching deep storage rooms packed with clutter for specific objects. After completing the 10th task in a row, 2 paths appear ahead. An escalator descending into darkness, or a polished walkway lined with soft carpeting. You chose the escalator. It carries you down into a vast mall that appears fully operational, yet completely empty. Storefronts are clean and stocked. Lights glow in some corridors while others remain dim. There is no limit to the amount of floors, and each level stretches for miles. You may eat in the food courts and sleep in mattress stores. The layout shifts daily, making retracing your steps nearly impossible. There is nothing to do but eat, sleep, and search for an exit. Eventually, you find 2 doors, an emergency exit and an employees-only entrance. You chose the employees-only entrance. The door shuts behind you, leading into a maintenance corridor that connects every store in the mall. Every door back to the main floors is locked. Like the mall, the service levels are endless, each floor stretching for miles. Employee break rooms appear occasionally, stocked with water bottles and vending machines to keep you alive. Once a day, the power cuts out for 30 minutes. In the darkness, you swear you hear footsteps inching closer behind you, matching your pace no matter how fast you move. This place slowly takes a toll on your sanity. There are no windows, no unlocked exits, no clear way out. This is your life now, wandering and surviving. Your journey ends here. Goodbye. You picked the emergency exit door. It opens into a wide green field with fresh air and distant city buildings on the horizon. A phone with full internet access and a reliable car sit waiting for you. You never feel hungry or tired here, though you may visit the buildings for food or rest if you choose. You are free to drive anywhere and explore as far as the roads allow. With all this freedom comes one rule. Do not remain near the transmission towers for long. The air hums beneath them. Stay too long, and your thoughts begin to blur, replaced by impulses that do not feel like your own. Your journey ends here. Goodbye. You have entered the hallway. You enter a vast convention hall lined with patterned carpet and polished railings. Slow jazz echoes through the space. You must be respectful and follow the sound compliance rule. Do not run, cough, drag your feet, or move anything that makes noise. If you break the rule, the power shuts off for the rest of your stay, leaving you in darkness as you search for an exit. Some side rooms feel subtly heavier, the air thick and difficult to breathe. By the time you notice the pressure shift, it is nearly too late. Do not investigate, keep moving, and find the exit. Eventually, you discover 2 options, an air vent or a door clearly labeled as a library. You pick the library. Inside is a vast archive of endless shelves stretching beyond sight. Every book that has ever existed or will exist is here somewhere. Free vending machines appear occasionally with basic food and water. To keep them active, you must write at least 2 book reports each week on the provided computer and submit them before the deadline. Miss a submission and a vending machine disappears. Fail again and another vanishes. Eventually, there will be nothing left to sustain you. This is your life now, and your journey ends here. Goodbye. You picked the air vent. You crawl through a claustrophobic, dust-filled shaft for what feels like forever, passing narrow vent grates where faint cracks reveal glimpses of the pool rooms and other strange structures below. No matter how hard you push, the panels will not pop out. Eventually, you emerge onto the deck of a 20th century cruise ship. You are at sea with no land and no people in sight. Food, water, old newspapers, soft jazz, and black and white television are your only comforts here. Some nights you feel the ship subtly adjust its course, though there is no crew and no storm. Doors you left open are sometimes closed. If you begin searching for what causes it, the movement grows more noticeable. It is better not to look. This is your life now, and your journey ends here. Goodbye. You pick the skydiving route. You strap on the parachute and step off the ledge. For a moment, you are suspended tens of thousands of feet above the earth, mountains reduced to small shapes below. The fall ends sooner than expected, and you land in a wide grass field between distant mountains. The air is calm, but dark clouds gather fast. A storm is approaching with unnatural speed. There is no time for food, water, or exploration. You must leave immediately. After walking for hours across open land, you find two options: a dirt path leading toward a massive concrete structure in the mountains, or the entrance to a multi-lane freeway. You decided to take the freeway. Inside the car are a few water bottles, some packaged food, and a radio that works only intermittently. The highway is empty and perfectly straight. After several minutes, a massive mountain appears ahead, and the road rises directly up its face. Your car strains as it climbs the steep incline. At the peak, you emerge onto a road suspended above the clouds. The sky here is clear and bright, untouched by the storm below. Gas stations and rest stops appear occasionally, fully stocked yet completely unmanned. You keep driving until the road abruptly ends at the edge of the sky. You are given two options: descend the mysteriously placed water slide, or continue by walking on the narrow wooden bridge above the clouds. You picked the narrow wooden bridge. The moment you step onto it, you feel the unstable sway beneath your feet and the fragile construction shift with every movement. The wind begins to rise and fog rolls in, swallowing the view behind you. The thin railings feel weak, as if they could splinter at any moment. As you continue forward, the bridge tightens and becomes increasingly unsteady. Without warning, a violent gust tears through, causing the wooden planks crack and give way, the support snapping beneath you. The bridge collapses into open air. Your journey ends here. Goodbye. You picked the water slide. Congratulations, you made the best decision. You enter the pool rooms, endless tiled halls filled with calm, shallow turquoise water and soft, echoing light. The water is completely drinkable, and vending machines are scattered throughout. You are free to explore any corridor, lit or dark, without danger. Entertainment rooms appear with whatever you want: games, food, or even new destinations. It is infinite, and there is always something new to discover. Your journey ends here. Goodbye. You chose the dirt path. After what feels like a full day of walking, you reach a decaying concrete high-rise, an old hotel long left to rot. The storm breaks as you arrive, forcing you inside. The air is thick with disturbed asbestos, each breath sharp, like fine needles pressing into your lungs. A flashlight near the entrance is your only guide. There is no food or water here. You are not alone. If you hear distant crying, screaming, or calls for help, walk the other way. Do not run. On one of the upper floors, you find two options: a broken-down elevator or a rooftop access door. You picked the rooftop access door. You step outside and the wind hits your face. For a moment it feels like relief. But the storm has fully arrived. Rain lashes sideways and thunder cracks overhead. The rooftop is slick and uneven, puddles forming faster than you can see. The door behind you slams shut, the handle refusing to turn. The wind grows violent enough to push you backward. You lose your footing on the ground. There is no railing high enough to stop you. One final gust lifts you off balance and sends you over the edge below. Your journey ends here. Goodbye. You picked the broken-down elevator. The moment you step inside and press a button, the cables snap and the car plunges in free fall. It drops far beyond the height of the hotel, descending deep below the building's foundation as if there were no bottom at all. The doors slide open into a fully furnished man cave. A bed, couch, PC setup, stocked kitchen, and anything else you could need are waiting. You may invite anyone you want, and the fridge refills itself endlessly. The only issue is small poisonous spiders that sometimes hide in your bed or chair. Remove them when they appear, and you will be fine. Your journey is over. Goodbye.